Crush and burn!
Anyways, welcome back, y'all. It's been a minute
Stop.
done an episode, but we are back today to do our year review for 2022. A really interesting year for wrestling.
Very
We have
interesting.
and not in commission anymore. Hopefully not anymore. But we have that going on, and we have Triple H now in charge. And this is kind of the year where the honeymoon phases are kind of over, and you kind of see what you really like now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's get into two people that are here. The assassin, Josh, welcome in.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Crash and Burn. It is I, the assassin, Josh Danger here. Welcome back once again. It's been a while since we've been on here, but New Year's is upon us. 2023 is rolling into the station, but we're gonna recap our best and favorite moments of the year from WWE, AEW, whether it may be. Um, Yeah, 2022 was a very interesting year for pro wrestling. Definitely a very turnaround in events. Like Vince McMahon leaving WWE and Triple H taking over as head of creative, some stuff like that. And like I said, wrestling definitely it turned itself around. It went from bad to the good. So cannot wait to share our list with y'all and tell us what matches we have from either brands, and tell you what stars impressed us this year.
Yeah, Jason, go welcome in.
Yes, more of a welcome back. We haven't recorded since the Survivor Series review.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
so welcome back, as a matter of fact, to Crash and Burn. So yeah, see, the formatting of this video is going to be pretty much the same thing as the three of us have done for the Moshcast just yesterday.
yeah.
So yeah, you realize same cast, and same format. So might as well do a part two of this just on a different podcast.
Yep, I guess.
Wrestling.
Talking about wrestling and then memories, of course.
Yes, and I will go already. So if you have a list of pay-per-views,
Go ahead.
you have a list of pay-per-views that ranking of them, or you don't.
I don't have a pay-per-view list, but I'll just name a few.
Well, I will list them, and y'all can agree. With that, so.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say it now. I mean, I have matches and returns, and that's it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have matches, returns, and moments.
All right, I got you.
Out of my head.
All right, I got you. So I will take over from here.
You got it.
So, all right. So, we're going to get into the AEW pay-per-views of the year. AEW this year, it really took a weird turn, in my personal opinion. A lot of us, from last year to earlier this year, we love AEW, and every match was really good. But then, a breakout happened, and, a lot of people got injured this year as well. And that's what kind of what AEW had a downfall, because not the downfall, but how they had alternatives, because a lot of people were out this year. Like Kyle O'Reilly was out, Adam Cole was out for remainder of the year.
Yeah.
So things like that as well. And of course the CM Punk and the elite going on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately happening. My personal thought, CM Punk should have handled it better. I'm not gonna say anything else about that. But speaking of CM Punk and speaking of all that altercation, at number 5, I got All Out at last, and it deserves to be last. Not because of of the CM Punk thing, not because of that. First of all, there was a lot of matches that were dragged out for too long, and first of all, there were like 15 matches, I believe. 15 of those matches were in the damn card.
Too much.
Damn.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only really decent matches from I can remember was Punk and Moxley. They had a really decent match.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, again, the return MJF was really expected.
Yeah.
It was expected just because
I agree with you on that one.
How he walked and how he did all this and stuff. Jericho's first of all, Ruby Soho got injured in the match too. With
Yeah.
that
The
Mello.
nose.
I'm sorry, but She can't work. I'm sorry. She's only there for Wilson because she's dating Sammy Guevara. That's probably the only reason why. And Eddie Kingston always put bangers in matches, whatever. The Elite had a really good match with Hangman, but Jay Carter and Athena were as a really bad match, my personal opinion.
Oh yeah, that was oof.
Yeah, that match. Powerhouse Tom and Ricky Starks had a really disappointing match. Strowman, Gordon, and Clay had a really good match, but they should have called an audible, in my personal opinion. And Christian Cage, winning it because he was injured. That was his kind of shit. Jericho and Bryan Danielson had a decent match, but they were dragged out for too long. Darby and Miro and defeating House of Black. House of Black should have won it. And then Punk and Moxley had a decent match, but just didn't age well as time went on. MJF returning with a great moment, and I definitely do think it was a great moment, but it just did not age well for me.
Yeah, it definitely didn't age well just because of the whole media scrum, and I mean, CM Punk coming back and being in the championship picture was one thing, but oh man, that just didn't go so well for him. I mean, he got injured in the first place.
Yeah, he wasn't that healthy. That was the problem. So yeah, at number 4 I have Double or Nothing.
All right.
I Double or Nothing this year was kind of mid. I'll be honest, it was very, very mid.
Mid.
First of all, MJF got squashed by Wardlow. First of all, he got fucking squashed. Second of all, Hardys and the Young Bucks had a really decent match, but not as as the previous matches that with each other. And Jay Cargill had that match didn't age well, my personal opinion.
What did she fight on that pay-per-view?
Anna Jay.
And
then the rest of the other matches, no one else can really remember. Kyle O'Reilly and Darby Allin had a decent match. I'll give it that. And so Rose and Serena Deeb. Anarchy in Arena was a fun one, but it's meaned out because of Eddie Kingston when he had the freaking gasoline.
Oh,
and CM Punk and Heyman Page, it was a good moment to see CM Punk win a title
in 7 years.
Yeah, and the one thing that messed it up all was a fucking botch buckshot lariat. He not did it once, but twice, and he botched it.
Yeah.
And number 3, I got Full Gear.
Definitely a great pay-per-view.
Really good, decent show. The main event made sense. Other matches really, really delivered. So I'll give it that. At number 2, I have Revolution from this year. Definitely a good pay-per-view this year. The one match that really stick up all of them is CM Punk and MJF. That match was probably the best AEW matches that all year. Just great storytelling, great brutality. Just amazing match. And Adam Cole and Heyman at Page, I think was in this card, I believe, too. And that match is really decent. Adam Cole's gear was actually really cool.
Yeah. He looked like a Halo dude.
Yeah, he looked like Master Chief. That's what the gear kind of represents.
Yeah.
At number 1, I have Forbidden Door. You will see why it will be my number 1. The Fatal 4-Way match was great with Okada, Jay White, Adam Cole, and Heyman on Page. Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay had a really good match. Suzuki and Jericho Appreciation Society had a great match.
Claudio and Zack Sabre Jr. had a great match.
Zack Sabre Jr., yeah. That was awesome.
That was actually Claudio's debut this year at Forbidden Door.
Yep. And let's go on to WWE pay-per-views of the year.
All right. What we got?
All right. At the worst and probably the worst Royal Rumble of all time. Well, I actually got spoiled. Fuck. At number 13, I had the Royal Rumble from this year.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this one sucked. I'm sorry. Yeah. The only decent match was Roman and Seth. That was the only decent match. The rest of them at age well. Becky Lynch and fucking Doudrop. Who wants to see that shit? Nobody. You have freaking Ronda Rousey win the Royal Rumble for some fucking reason.
Mid.
And then you have Brock Lesnar win the Rumble.
Mid.
Like, what the fuck was that? What you had other
Mid.
people, AJ Styles.
Mama, man.
AJ Styles should have won the Rumble. You know,
Yes.
Zayn could have won the Rumble. You know, all these other people should have won the Rumble, but you
Damian
picked Brock
Priest.
Lesnar.
You could
And
have
the
Damian
only
Priest win the
reason
Rumble.
why he win it was because he lost to Bobby Lashley a couple hours later.
Yeah, and Vince's pride and joy.
That's the only reason why it happened. So that match, that one sucked. The only other decent match was the mixed tag team match with Edge and Beth and Miz and Maurice.
One of my favorite matches of the year.
Yeah, definitely. Number 12, I got Elimination Chamber. Brock Lesnar winning the damn Elimination Chamber, even though he just won the Royal Rumble. It made no fucking sense.
No, not at all.
No,
Not at all.
I
No,
mean that one spot when he had Theory on top of the pod was just.
Yeah, fine. That was a good moment. I'll give it that. Brock Lesnar killed him.
Yeah, he almost did.
Yeah, and then we look at the match card. You know, Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Who
Bro,
wants to see that?
who wants to see an old man go up against the tribal chief?
But you have freaking Elimination Chamber match that was really good from the women's side. That was actually a really good, decent match from all of them.
Yeah, the women's one was nice.
And Ronda Rousey had her wrestle with one arm tied behind her back against Flair and Sonya Deville. Come on. Remember Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss? No. Becky Lynch and Lita had a really good match. Probably match of the night. But Brock Lesnar killed everything. This is basically Shayna Baszler in the 2020 Elimination Chamber. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. At number 11, this is a hot take. I got Night 2 from WrestleMania this year. And the bottom 3.
Of course.
A lot of people are going to say, oh, why WrestleMania Night 2? You know, this is when Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar. We all predicted that was going to happen. We all predicted it. And then there's a good, decent matches. You know, you have the opening match. That's a really good match. You had Edge and AJ Styles had a decent match.
A dream match.
Dream match happened. Yes, it did not live up to the expectations we wanted. And yes, you know, it had Damian Priest, you know, being involved. But it's still the word, my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Really good match.
I enjoyed it. You know, I've wanted that match for years. Like, Edge this year, personally, like, they gave me all the matches I wanted him in. I wanted him to face guys like Finn, Seth, AJ. Like, he got them. And, you know, still, you know, Edge was a heel at that time, you know, because he was the leader of the Judgment Day. And, you know, because we wanted the Rated R Superstar versus the Phenomenal One. Well, instead, we got Bad Guy Edge versus the Phenomenal One. But still, I agree with Lucas. It delivered. It still lived up to the expectations it did.
Yeah, and the Night 2 WrestleMania card, you know, in my personal opinion, you know, it just did not live up to.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah.
you had Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, which was decent at first, but then Vince McMahon ruined it.
Of course he had to.
Bobby Lashley and Omos, you know, who else want to see that? John Knox and Sami Zayn was very fun.
That was very entertaining.
And the women's tag team match didn't deliver for me.
Yeah, like Roman winning was the obvious thing because, you know, you kind of like Paul Heyman says, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Like, we all knew Roman was gonna win that match, and because he was the top guy at the time. Well, he is the top guy right now, so it was kind of obvious. Like, oh, it's no surprise.
Yeah, I mean that was, you know, what I thought. So I mean, I'll give you that. All right, at the next one, and this is where kind of hot takes comes in. At number 10, I got Day One.
All right.
Day One, you know, it was very decent this year. You know, you had Brock, you know, win the title. You know, he did win the title. In a Fatal 5-way because Roman now was out with COVID.
Yeah.
And Uso, the New Day, I don't care how many matches they have with Cherry, they always deliver bangers every single time.
And it was really cool to see the Migos there. R.I.P. to Takeoff.
Yeah, rest in peace, Takeoff, indeed. Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan had a really decent match.
Yeah.
But then you go into, Drew McIntyre, Madcap Moss, and Edge and Miz a decent match, but that kind of follows up a little bit. And Brock win the title, in my personal opinion, should not have happened. I think Big E should have held it for a bit longer.
Absolutely.
No, but the plans already been seated, so that's fine. At number 9, WrestleMania Backlash.
Yep, it was much better.
Decent. It was very decent. Yes, it was all rematches. And, some people don't live up to the rematches. But again, Cody and Seth delivered once again. And your Edge and Edge Styles delivered again. You have Rhea Ripley join Judgment Day, so that's kind of a bit biased. But, Rhea Ripley joined Judgment Day.
That was the greatest thing of the night. Rhea Ripley getting a big step up in her career, joining Edge and Damian Priest in the Judgment Day.
Fine. Yeah, we got first of all, you have a freaking female member, which is really awesome to see. So that's what I really enjoyed of that thing. And Ronda Rousey sharp player. I know Ronda Rousey had a great year, but holy shit, that I Quit match was actually pretty awesome, in my personal opinion. I actually really liked that match.
Yeah.
And then the Bloodline with RK Bro and Drew, I think it was.
Good 6-man tag.
Yeah, that 6-man tag was actually really awesome to see. So, really entertaining match. Really entertaining card, but just again, more matches better than that. At number 8, I have Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Austin Theory should not have won that damn briefcase. We all know what happened after that. We all know what happened.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did not cash in very successfully.
But he won the title anyway, so
yeah.
There you go. So it kind of turns successfully if you want to go there. And Liv Morgan getting her moment. Finally, about time. Who else? You had the women's one did not deliver, in my personal opinion, but the main match that really above it all was Usos and Street Profits.
Yes.
That shit was a banger. And you're gonna see it later in my list. Maybe in the top 3 of tag teams or whatever. I don't know. But definitely a great show. At number 7, got night 1 for WrestleMania. Great show. Cody came back. Great main event. Just awesome things. Stone Cold wrestling. We all didn't see it coming. And that was awesome to see.
Sure, not the greatest Stone Cold match, but he did pretty solid, The man is a fucking icon. And Cody coming back this year, everybody expected him to come back. And, just once that music hit, everyone in that arena and everyone at home got chills. But I feel like for Cody, he's going to come back fresh off his, injury. And he's going to have a great year 2023. So.
Yeah, indeed. Cody will indeed. All right. At number 6, I got Hell in a Cell. Really good pay-per-view this year. Cody and Seth fucking delivered.
Oh, God.
Even with that torn pec. That was a freaking OMG moment. Cody took off his jacket and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. I got chills down my spine once I saw that.
He survived it.
His chest looked all purple. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's fucking torn. So what's supposed to happen there? So again, from the card, you got Bianca and Asuka and Becky Lynch was a good match. Bobby and Omos MP, who cares about that? Kevin Owens and Ezekiel had a great match. Shout out to Ezekiel, by the way. Hope you're feeling better. Judgment Day and AJ Finn and Liv had a decent match. Theory and Mustafa Ali had a really surprising match, in my personal opinion. And then Cody and Seth delivered. So that's number 6. Number 5, I got SummerSlam from this year. Top 5, in personal opinion. Great main event. Great card. Edge came back and all freaking vengeance. Uso and Street Profits once again fucking delivered. Once again. So, really good match. Bianca and Becky delivered once again. it was really good pay-per-view for this year. Great SummerSlam, and Brock and Roman killed it this year. And I even don't know how Paul Heyman's still alive after F5. I don't know how he's still alive.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Number 4, I got Crown Jewel from this year.
Definitely a major step up for the Crown Jewel pay-per-views.
Exactly. You know, the last two really have stepped up. And the really great match of the night was definitely Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul.
For sure.
No one else expected him to have a banger. Everyone else said this is a squash match. But we didn't. And that was just led to a really, really good card. And, you know, you had the Usos and Brawl and Brutes, I believe, was also in there too. And that also really just fucking delivered too. Like, that one just hit for me too, because, you know, I really loved the Brawl and Brutes from this year and what they did. So, yeah, the only matches that really just kind of didn't deliver was probably Brock and Bobby and Damage Control. But the other definitely check out.
SummerSlam was a great pay-per-view this year. You know, you had Bayley come back after months being away. You had Triple H starting the returns.
Dakota Kai and Io Sky.
Exactly. And then you had Edge come back with, like, this crazy fucking gimmick that no one I think a lot of people expected it because of all, like, the little clips that they were teasing on Raw. Like, of, you know, you saw John Cena's hat and you saw, like, different clues. And it kind of led to Edge. But just when that music hit, like, the Brood music hit, you knew instantaneously it was Edge.
It was a remix of it. That was SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But Crown Jewel definitely, you know, my person.
Yeah, that, like, dad haircut.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Crown Jewel just delivered this year. Number 3 got Survivor Series. One word to describe that. Sami fucking Zayn. Or 3 words. Sami
Zayn.
This man really does. He should take some acting. This man should be in the freaking all movies right now. Like, he really just sold this match, my personal opinion. When he betrayed Kevin Owens, it officially gave his royalty to the Bloodline, and Jim and Jey Uso gave him a hug. That just made me come and tear my eye a little bit, you know? And yet the Women's War Games match was really good. Finn and AJ had a really good match. And, you know, it's not too long, but, you know, it doesn't need to be too long. At number 2, Extreme Rules from this year. And I will tell you right now, Bray Wyatt's return from that year from Extreme Rules, that was incredible to see. I got chills. I was screaming. I freaking kissed my best friend over here. You know, all this shit going on. So, I mean, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, really good card as well. Finn and Edge had a match tonight, my personal opinion. So, yeah. And number 1, though, is Clash of the Castle. Clash of the Castle this year's pay-per-view of the year. I don't care what anyone else said. Drew and Roman delivered. Would it be a great moment when, you know, Drew won the title? Yes. But yes, freaking Solo Sikoa, you know, getting his freaking debut. I'll be honest, I was pissed at first. But once I went back, I was like, this is a really good match. And I really do hope Drew gets his moment eventually. But, you know, we'll see with that. But other matches, you know, Sheamus and Gunther as well fucking delivered as well. That's definitely my match of the year without question.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me get to my awards and we get to returns and matches. All right. So I know we got 2 returns, by the way. So y'all can take over that. All right. So male superstar of the year. I give it to 3 people. Gunther, Sheamus. Not Sheamus. Gunther, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had a great year.
Hell yeah.
Bangers of matches with Brock Lesnar, you know, Seth Rollins as well. I'll give him that too. Great matches with 6-man tag team matches, the Survivor Series, the Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre. He really had a great year. Sami Zayn makes everything work. With Johnny Knoxville, no one else expected that to work, but it worked. With the Bloodline, no one else expected him with the Bloodline to work, but it fucking worked. And Gunther. This man really delivered this year. He's about to be a freaking jobber. But then Triple H saw his potential and he delivered. With his rivalry with the Braun Brutes, check that out, by the way. His match with Ricochet recently, that was a very good match as well. So, and also the one he had with Rey Mysterio recently too. That was also a really good match too. And Sheamus. What else need to say? Banger after banger after banger. All right. Female Superstar of the Year. I got two from WWE and one from AEW. I got Bianca, Rhea, and I got Jamie Hayter. Yes, Jamie Hayter is on the list and well deserved. When Jamie Hayter won the title, it the win for me because we've been waiting for this moment for Jamie Hayter.
Absolutely.
And she deserved it. So definitely Jamie Hayter had great matches this year. The one with Toni Storm recently, that was also really good as well. So yeah. So breakout of the year, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. Grayson Waller, Wesley, Austin Theory, Cora Jade, Willie Yuta, Rhea Ripley, Daniel Garcia, and Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander as Impact Champion really does work, and I hope his match with Bully Ray, really does deliver. If it, didn't happen already, if I'm behind. But yeah, Josh Alexander this year was great. Garcia, Rhea fucking Ripley, when she turned heel, everything else was history. When she worked with Dominic, it fucking worked. Let me tell you, that shit works.
Mommy.
Yeah, mommy.
Yes, mommy.
Yes, mommy indeed. And Grayson Waller this year, I expect him to take him off Braun Breaker, but we'll see. Wesley delivered this year without question, even without Nash Carter. And then Austin Theory, it was kind of obvious, but he fucking delivered this year as well. Cora Jade as well. Roxanne Perez, is all I mentioned as well. So yeah, for tag team of the year, the Usos, FCR, and the Acclaim.
For sure.
For faction of the year, I got the Judgment Day, Bloodline, the Brawling Brutes, and the Blackpool Combat Club. And then now, as Jason is going to probably come back, Josh, you said you have 5 returns, so
All
how
right.
about we go from 5 to 3? And when Jason comes back,
All right. I'm still working on my tag team of the year and my factions and stuff, but I'll just name them off the bat when I get to it. For returns of the year at number 5, I have Tegan Knox. Definitely one I was waiting for. Triple H this year. All I want to say is thank you for just bringing these talent back because, they didn't deserve to get released the way they should have. And Tegan Knox was one of those people I wanted back so bad. And I think Triple H was one of those people that wanted Tegan back because he was a big fan and he made Tegan Knox a star. And she comes back. Of course, you don't recognize her with the colored hair and everything. And I'm like, and like her face, changed a little bit. And I'm like, Tegan Knox is back, and I'm like, this is just great. Triple H kept his promise, and I can't wait to see what she has in the future for 2023. Hopefully they have some big plans. At number 4, this one was a very, very personal favorite of mine. Hit Row. Without Swerve, it's not, it's not as, it's not the same, but I don't care who's in Hit Row. I don't care if it's Swerve, Top Dollar, B-Fab, and Ashante the Adonis. But you got the 3. Well, Swerve now, of course, is in AEW, doing his own thing. But you have Top Dollar, Ashante the Adonis, and B-Fab back on SmackDown, and every week they're always entertaining. And I like the fact that B-Fab is getting, learning the in-ring experience that she's getting, and I want to see what she has in store as a performer instead of being on the outside of the ring. And we'll get to see more of her in the women's division. Number 3, definitely Dexter Lumis.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That was definitely a return I did not expect coming, but I kind of did because Triple H loved Dexter Lumis as a, Dexter Lumis. He's such a weird character, but he's so entertaining. His rivalry this year with The Miz was the most entertaining shit I have ever seen. It, like, with the money thing and, The Miz paying Dexter to, like, stalk him around. It was just so entertaining. And, I want to see Indy Hartwell come up to the main roster whenever that may be and bring back the Index storyline. Hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. But yeah, Dexter coming back this year was just great. Him in the crowd just pretending to be a fan, and then you see the cops arresting this guy. Like, why are the cops arresting this fan? And then he takes the hood off, and I'm like, Dexter? I'm like, oh shit. Dexter's in the crowd. I'm like, wow.
I did not expect him to be the crowd. I don't know how they pulled it off too.
Yeah. Number 2, no brainer. Johnny Gargano. Definitely one of my favorite returns this year, thanks to Triple H. I knew Triple H instantaneously wanted Johnny back. Funny story, I actually met him this year before he actually went back to WWE, and I literally said, I hope you go back, I hope you literally come back. And sure enough, it was the day of my friend's birthday. I'm in Applebee's watching Raw on my phone. All of a sudden I hear Rebel Heart, and I'm like, Johnny? I'm like, no way. And then I see Johnny just walk out. I'm like, thank you, Triple H. And Johnny has been in a very good storyline. Like, he's involved with Dexter, and they're kind of bringing back the way thing, instead of them being heels, they're faces. And Johnny's more of a baby face than a heel because he's known for being a likable character. And Johnny, I kind of want to see him in more matches, and I want to see what they have in store for him. I think Triple H may have some big plans for him along with Dexter and The Miz. But like Johnny, the thing that I loved about Johnny this year was that segment on Raw where they had the big pouch of money, and they go to like the merch stand and they buy all of the shit, and they just throw it into the stands for the kids. They're like, here you go, here's some presents for Christmas. And that was what I like. I like how they're getting these guys that didn't get a chance to go to the main roster and have a successful run. Now they're having a success run. Like, you see guys like Bronson Reed just came back. You have a lot of guys that Triple H brought back. He brought back a lot of guys that did not deserve to get released. But number 1 is no brainer. It was the return everyone wanted, everyone expected. Number 1, of course, Bray Wyatt. You cannot deny that answer for anything. Those teasers and stuff like that, Bray Wyatt, let me tell you, the man did not deserve to get released the first time around. He may have gotten frustrated due to mental health because of Brodie Lee's passing, but you don't release the guy due to that. That's just uncalled for. Let the man grieve. The man lost his best friend, a coworker, a colleague, somebody he's known over the years, worked with over the years. And, he kind of became such a dick because of that. And then, Triple H, gives the fans what they want. And he's like, the fans really want to see Bray come back. So they're giving us all these teasers. The White Rabbit, we all knew it was Bray because, of the creepy segments. But once that door opened at Extreme Rules this past year, the whole world lost it. And I like what they're doing now. They're having Bray in these segments, feuding with LA Knight. That's another, LA Knight coming back too this year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was really a comeback. They just kind of switched. He kind of just went back to having his old gimmick back. You know, Maximum Male Models, one of the worst things this year. You literally just took two guys that actually have potential and you make them look embarrassing. I mean, Maxine Dupree is the only thing that makes that faction even likable because, you know, she's the one kind of like managing them now. But what'd you do to Mansoor? What'd you do to Mace? Make them into stars. Like, this is not what people want to see.
It's basically like the Total Divas shit. But that's what it reminds me of.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of when you see the old school, like the 2010, the Diva shit. That's what it reminds me of. That's what fucking.
It is the annual Diva Search.
That's what it reminds me of. Jason, was Jason just back a minute ago? Oh, he is.
Yeah, I've been back and forth. I've been all over the place. So
yeah. Jason, do you want to get to your returns?
Might as well, since I can now be here. Okay. So number 5, I'll go with Hit Row. They are like the Acclaimed of WWE. They have the dancey gimmick. Well, it's not rap, but they're just so dancey every time
they're entertaining.
And entertaining every time they come out there.
For sure.
And they did not deserve their release.
No.
Last year, but thankfully Triple H had brought them back.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so you gotta have a little bit of entertainment on SmackDown or Raw, and Hit Row can bring just that, and then hopefully this time they can make it far.
Absolutely.
And eventually have the tag titles, just like the Acclaimed.
I would actually like to see that, actually.
Number 4, I'll say Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
I forgot about that, but that's on my honorable mentions. But yeah, for sure.
The way they were brought back was really, really good. But that was definitely unexpected.
Yeah, that was like one of the surprises.
And you know what? That is great.
Yeah, because
I think that was amazing the way they brought him back, especially with Scarlett. Last time Kross was there, Scarlett disappeared all of a sudden. But thankfully she's back, and with Scarlett right where they belong. And then from the direction they're going, they'll definitely have a better run here.
Yeah,
look at the year Kross has had this year.
Number 3, Saraya.
Yep, I would have put it on there.
It's not a return to a company; it's a return to wrestling.
Hell yeah!
And me and this fuckface here saw it live.
You know, seeing that live, you know, just hearing this random music.
Getting to hear Zombified, that was the best entrance music you can ever hear. I don't like the singer,
Right.
But the song is good. It grew on me ever since I heard it.
Yeah.
On AEW, so it's definitely my favorite Falling in Reverse song. And yes, you're damn right. I just said the band's name.
Yeah, like seeing it live.
Hey, apparently Meanie switched names.
Oh.
So, fuckface.
Yes.
Meanie got to see it live, and we both had fun. The entrance music was great. Saraya being brought back.
Yeah.
Was definitely amazing.
Definitely.
I think it's better than her WWE return.
Yeah.
I like how Tony Khan handled this.
Yeah, like
Steven. Yeah. I like how I'm talking over Jason right now.
No, like I'm trying to add on what
I'm trying to add on to what you're saying too.
It's fine. But
go what you gotta say.
I know.
Okay. Why don't you finish? Okay.
Yeah, so like the return itself, like no one expected it that night. Like being live, seeing that, holy shit! Like, you know, for her being away so long due to her neck injury and her not being able to wrestle, like her return was so. How would I put it? Her return was so greatly booked. Like you didn't expect it. Like she was in a specific hiding spot backstage. No one knew she was there. No one knew she was gonna debut that night. And all of a sudden, you hear this weird music after
Zombified.
you hear Zombified like start to play after the women's match that happened. And then all of a sudden, like
There she is.
you don't see like no name on the Titantron. Like usually you would see the name of the wrestler.
I did not know.
And then all of a sudden it just pops up, and I'm like, then I look at the name and I'm like, no, and I'm like, no, I can't say that no more. I was like, what? Like the whole arena.
My godfather says, "Oh, I heard about this. I heard about this."
Yeah, like the whole arena shook, and you know,
While she
she's
was
a great
eating-
pioneer to the women's division. I really thought, you know, she helped out a lot of these younger talent, but her match this year, I will say she had some ring rust, but she has a lot of training to improve her work as she
Real.
resumes her wrestling career. But yeah, anyway, let's move on, shall we?
All right, what's your number 2?
And yes, Soraya, a good return. The whole arena went shook. Yes. That is my finishing thoughts. Fuckface.
Get your number 2 out of the way. Stop being freaking old married couple.
Well, number 2 is Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Ooh, I thought it'd be number 1, but okay.
Just because it's scary the way they brought him back.
Yeah.
And because I'm obsessed with spooky, creepy, scary.
That explains it.
Yeah, sums it up. Number 1, the first jump from AEW to WWE.
Cody.
It's indeed an American nightmare.
Adrenaline.
American dream. Oh wait, no. Hi, Spencer.
Adrenaline.
Damn it! Ah.
In my soul.
Oh wait, that's right. No puns are allowed. Oh, I just broke a policy.
Yeah, you get
Wait,
no one else is on. No one else is on. You get it.
Oh, the first AEW jump to WWE.
Yes, but for real, Cody Rhodes is back to WWE as the American Nightmare
Surprisingly, yeah.
because he owns it.
Yeah.
And he still uses Kingdom by Downstate. This is the first time you've seen the American Nightmare in WWE. That return was perfect. Under the Vince McMahon era. It was still the Vince era at that time.
Yeah.
And then you know what? It's a good idea he let him use his AEW stuff.
Exactly. Like,
thank you, Vince, and it sucks his return was cut short.
due to injury, yeah.
And he's still out to this day, but he'll be back in a month. See you at the Royal. See you in San Antonio, Cody.
Yeah, we all love Cody, man. You know, such a great guy outside and in the ring.
And I hope I see him at Raw in February when I go.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Oh.
Hi, AJ.
What?
Well,
AJ plays guitar.
That's a ukulele, you dumb bitch. Anyways.
More like dumb fuck, not bitch. Exactly.
Bruh.
You do more than fucking, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, true.
But all right, let's get into mine. And then
We're all weird anyway.
we'll get into matches. We'll get into all this shit. When we get to my 2 returns that I want to get to.
Go for it.
As Jason said, with Cody. That one, it surprised me. I did not expect it to be Cody because, Seth, had all these teasers of like who it's going to be or whatever. So, we didn't know what to expect.
We all had our doubts too. It was gonna be
I had my
doubts.
No, because, freaking my friend said it's going to be The Fiend. I'm like, that looked at, and I'm like, nah, not under Vince. Are you an idiot? I'll get into, that when we get to Bray.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll get into my friend about that. But when I saw Cody's return, I freaking popped so hard when I saw that.
Same. I was in a Red Lobster when that happened.
I was like, wait, no. And especially with the American Nightmare shit, because I thought it was going to come out to Smoke and Mirrors. That's what I thought it was going to. Oh,
there goes Cody Rhodes.
Oh, I'm about to smoke Cody Rhodes. Anyways, but with that, I just, was just so shocked at that. It was good to see him back. Yes, it was.
Oh yeah.
but was there. And then Bray Wyatt. Come on. Who else would it be? Who
how
else
can
would
you
it be?
not get it popped for Bray Wyatt?
Yo, because let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story before we get into the matches and such.
Are you
Let me
talking about
tell
the
you.
home tackle?
Let me talk to you.
Okay.
So with the return, it was the ending of Rollins and Riddle, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Everyone
fight pit match.
you see the the ending of the show. You see the copyright shit or whatever, or the trademark thing, and we thought it was over.
Yeah, you thought the show was over.
But then the lights go out, and I hear he's got the whole world in his hands. I'm like, shit.
He's got the whole...
I'm like, nah. I was like, nah.
And it went on for a good 20 minutes.
I like it.
Yeah, you have all these like 5 funouts come to life. You had, the Fiend mask pop up twice.
Yeah.
You had what the fuck else happened? You had the 5 funouts all destroyed because it was abandoned. And then you had the Brody Lee tribute with the white and such. That was
yeah.
Good touch. Really good touch. And then when he come out, I was so fucking shocked. I was screaming on top of my lungs.
Same, dude.
But both of them, I was like, holy shit. I started jumping out of the damn chair. I started doing freaking jump
and
shit.
Then that whole mask he had on, I was like, damn, that looks so insane.
I think it's an iteration from the Black Phone, I believe.
I think so.
I
couldn't really tell what it was.
Because the Uncle Howdy mask looks more different than that mask, but
Yeah, and you can't really see his mask, Uncle Howdy.
So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. So yeah. Well, we'll get into matches. So Jason, do you have any honorable mentions?
No.
Josh, do you have any?
I don't have any honorable mentions. I do have my matches for AEW and WWE. So
yeah, same.
All right, so I will get. How many do you have in total?
I have 10 for each.
All right, how many do you have?
I have 10 matches in total.
All right, I got 12. So I'll get into 2, and then I will go first. Jason and then Josh.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. So we'll get into it, shall we? And then let's get into the 2 honorable mentions I have. And that is Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn. And John Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta in April from Dynamite. That match really slapped. That match fucking slapped. And that really showed Yuta was a great star.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
At number 10, I got Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. What do you get when you have a fun match, a fucking tractor, Brock Lesnar basically destroying the Usos and destroying Paul Heyman, a failed cash-in, and a bunch of chaos in a car wreck? This is what you get with this match. This match was so funny. I was watching this with my best friend. Shout out to Kai, by the way, for watching this.
Out.
But when he saw the F5, he thought he was dead. I was like, oh.
Paul Heyman looked dead.
he definitely looked dead. I'll say that. So yeah, that's my number 10.
He definitely did.
Jason, number 10. What you got?
10. Okay, I'm not Sean Spears. I'll say Braun Breaker, Apollo Crews from Deadline, the NXT title match.
Oh, yes.
We all knew that the match was going to kill it. HBK indeed booked that right.
Yeah,
And it was at a perfect place. And a perfect day.
Yep.
My 20th on December 10th.
Exactly. And what made
it
better...
And what made it better is...
You could say it.
So can you.
Well, what I could say, Shawn Michaels, ever since the Nickelodeon colors went away,
You're boring.
You're mid. But, like I said, people don't get this about HBK. He's just like Triple H. They know how to book. They know young talent, where it lies. And, HBK is building up a lot of stars. He believes in a lot of his talent. And the way he's running NXT, like, Triple H not running it is one thing because he's in charge of the main roster, but Shawn Michaels in charge of NXT. I like this,
He knows
and I
his
like
stuff.
what he's been doing.
DX is in charge. We have DX in charge now.
Ironic.
DX in the building.
Yes. That match was a banger. They had a lot of awesome flips and kicks.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Braun and Apollo.
That's when Braun Breaker really
Definitely.
looked pretty vulnerable.
Braun
He was
Breaker.
pretty vulnerable in that match too. So
He's grown a lot.
Yeah, he has grown ever since the start of 2.0 and then being the new face, kind of being like the new Ciampa of NXT, kind of like taking the throne of being the face of the company.
No one will
I like.
survive.
yeah. Josh, what you got?
All right, so
Thanks.
number 10, I have the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in the Donnybrook match from Extreme Rules this year.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, with Imperium coming back at Clash of the Castle, that's what everyone wanted. But, under new names, I like it. I'm used to calling Fabian Eichner Giovanni Vinci. I'm used to calling Marcel Barthel Ludwig Kaiser. And Gunther, let me tell you, man. Gunther, let me tell you, he's going to be a star in the next few years. Whatever you do, make that dude world champion. And let me tell you, Sheamus has definitely improved a lot over the years. But this faction of his, I like that he's mentoring guys like Rich Holland. Definitely has grown on me. He's gotten better wrestling wise ever since almost ending Big E's career. Well, we miss you, Big E. I hope you come back soon. But Rich has definitely improved. I love Butch. I think he's so entertaining. Despite, a lot of people getting upset that he's not under the name he is, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. But you kind of see like teaser that, we're going to bring him back as Pete Dunne. But, they love calling him Butch. And I think it's he still wrestles like Pete Dunne, but just he's Butch. But that whole match was just carnage everywhere from start to finish.
Banger after banger.
That's right. Banger after banger.
After banger.
That's what that match was. It was just a banger of a match. And I really enjoyed it. It got me on the edge of my seat during the pay-per-view. And it got me glued to the television that night. So, number 10, the Donnybrook match from Extreme Rules. Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes.
All right. So number 9 for me goes to the triple threat match from Braun Breaker, JD McDonough, and Ilya Dragunov.
I like that.
Had so much trauma to it. It's so much into it. It's so much fun to it. We thought, Braun Breaker was going to lose. I thought he was going to lose. But, he didn't. So, so he still has title, sadly. But, with JD, he stopped the referee's count. That's going to be stuck in my head from now on. And then after that, JD just goes on this tear. And, just breaking people's wings and just brutalizing people. Just JD has done a lot great this year as well. So definitely check this match out for damn sure. Let's go number 9 for you, Jason.
What you got?
Number 9 is gonna go to the Anarchy in the Arena match at Double or Nothing.
Okay, yeah.
The Jericho Appreciation Society and the Blackpool Combat Club, or MJF, the Blackpool Cuckold Club.
Oh yeah, the Blackpool Cuckold Club.
Just insanity. Justin Roberts had the right words. Shit's about to hit the fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan.
Justin Roberts has the right words on that.
And
they lived up to his words. Too much.
Oh yeah.
Too much destruction in the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas.
Definitely, man.
They put a lot of insanity in the AEW galaxy.
Oh, as Cool Hand Ange says,
in the AEW universe or galaxy, however you want to say it.
Right.
But yeah, in the crowd and in the ring to backstage to the lobby,
Yeah, it's everywhere, man.
everywhere inside T-Mobile Arena. This match slapped, but it wasn't worthy to be higher.
No.
Because I mean, I enjoy the Stadium Stampede matches more,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but in
Josh.
Arcade Arena it wasn't that bad anyway.
That was
Yeah.
a good match. I'll give you that. Josh, number 9.
All right, number 9, I have a match from NXT UK. I actually have 2 NXT UK matches because there are some bangers from NXT UK this year. I don't get a lot of time to watch NXT UK because of the time that it airs, but I do watch it, when I get a chance. This match definitely slapped. Tyler Bate versus Trent Seven on an episode of NXT UK
I heard
on
him.
September the 1st, 2022. Now, I was very shocked that they broke Mustache Mountain up because they were one of my favorite tag teams in NXT UK since the beginning. I love Tyler Bate, class act performer, great wrestler. The dude is unbelievable. Trent Seven, just being seen on AEW recently, facing Orange Cassidy, and dude is an other amazing performer. And I kind of wanted to see a match in the future with Trent and Tyler Bate, and these two literally tore the house down for the UK fans. Like, if you guys do not like British wrestling, bro, it slaps. I'm telling you right now. UK wrestling, Japanese wrestling, like, I watch anything. So to
Yeah.
see those two just go at it, it was amazing to see them go at it, and they had a banger of a match. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Now next one for me at number 8 goes to the dog card match of CM Punk and MJF. Now, I know that CM Punk is an egoist piece of shit. I get it. But you got to give it to his match a lot of credit. MJF, let me tell you, this man makes rivalries look entertaining as hell every single time.
He does.
Every single time. This man, was a big fan of CM Punk, as a child, when he was in Ring of Honor and, about to go to WWE or whatever. And then, he leads, in 2014. And MJF just delivered one of his best promos of the year. He said, you left me behind, left everyone else behind. Basically gave up on his dream. And, this origin story about him. And then you have, CM Punk come out thinking he was a bad guy. He wanted to apologize, shake his hand. And then he kicked him in the balls. And then he just he basically gut him up like a fish. And then, he basically says, what CM Punk said at Ring of Honor, I'm a snake. The greatest thing the devil ever did was to pretend he doesn't exist. I am the devil himself. They have really two good matches in AEW before that in Chicago when MJF beat CM Punk in Chicago. And then we go into Revolution, the ending of this all. Well, supposedly it was supposed to be the ending of all. And then you're supposed to get MJF versus CM Punk, at Full Gear, but what happened. So
yeah, we were supposed to get that at Grand Slam too for the title, because that
but
was supposed.
But it's fine. It's fine.
It's all right.
We got something better out of it. Let's say that we got something better.
Exactly.
But CM Punk, if he's not injured, he doesn't put his ego, aside. If he put his ego aside, he is, a great wrestler. Definitely, one of the great wrestlers of 21st century. From his time in WWE, as the voice of the voiceless. From his time, at AEW when he faced MJF, his match with MJF was absolutely fucking brutal from start to finish. There was thumbtacks in there.
Yeah.
So CM Punk came out to his old gear, his old theme song. What else do you want to expect? CM Punk, if he is in that moment, he knows how to get into your head. And I hope he heals up from his injury. I hope things
Yeah,
go.
he's injured currently. I forgot about that.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes from here. MJF, you know, had a great year as well, so I'll give him that. Jason, number 8.
8 is gonna go to CM Punk and MJF as well.
Really?
For me as well. Yeah, this is one of his best rivalries he's had with AEW. I like the one with John Moxley, but MJF is better here.
Yeah.
It definitely had more entertainment, more good build up here
Yeah,
to hype up the match at Revolution, and they
yeah,
had a hell of a dog collar match there. So
yeah.
this has number 8.
Josh, we're gonna
All
try
right,
to.
for my WWE list, 'cause I have an AEW list, but I'll get into that later on. Number 8, another NXT UK match. This is definitely one of my favorite matches of the year in terms of storytelling and definitely how the match was performed. Like these two guys absolutely nailed this match. They killed it. So we have Ilya Dragunov versus JD McDonough, better known as Jordan Devlin at the time, from NXT UK, May 12th, 2022. Loser leaves NXT UK. So this match basically was the step up for JD McDonough going to the States to be on the NXT in the United States. So if he lost this match, because this is when Dragunov was the UK champion before they combined the titles into one. After Braun Breaker beat Dragunov for them. But let me tell you something. Yeah.
He got injured and Tyler Bate won the title, and Bob Breaker took on Tyler Bate.
Yeah. But this was before Ilya Dragunov got injured. So Dragunov, let me tell you, I absolutely love Ilya Dragunov. I think the dude is such an amazing wrestler. Dude is an amazing performer. Dude deserves to be NXT champion at this point. He's definitely a right guy for the title, in my opinion. JD McDonough had a hell of a year. Definitely a breakout star, in my opinion. Dude is absolutely incredible. Great athleticism. One of the best cruiserweights, in my opinion. Should have had a longer reign with that cruiserweight title, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
But they absolutely killed each other in this match.
They did. No, I saw this match.
JD absolutely showed a lot of emotion. So did Ilya, and they just tore the house down in the UK for this match. So
yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Definitely, for sure. All right, number 6 or number 7 actually. I'm gonna try to speed run it because Raw SmackDown's gonna be on, so both of us will be watching at the same time. So for number 7, the men's War Games. Fucking banger match. I said for Sami Zayn just did a lot of things in this match. So all you need to know. Jason, number 7.
Number 7 is gonna go to MJF and John Moxley from Full Gear.
Ooh.
I like this match, and then I must say it was about time to end Moxley's reign since he's been champion a lot.
Yeah.
And then it's time for a new face of AEW. And then MJF is the rightful choice. He's worked a lot to get to that point.
Exactly.
And I see him having a good reign with his attitude, his promos, and his match skills.
Triple B.
Oh, hi, Michael Cole.
Hi, Michael Cole. Hi, Wade Barrett.
All right, Josh, number 7.
Number 7. Okay. I mean, I'll speed run my AEW list, but number 7 for WWE, I have Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch, WrestleMania 38 for the Raw Women's Championship. Definitely this match was definitely one of their best matches. Bianca and Becky, they worked so well together. I mean, not the time that she came back at SummerSlam and squashed her in 5 seconds, but as of right now, Bray Wyatt is coming out with a broken finger of some sort. But anyways, this match was definitely one of my favorites from WrestleMania this year. Bianca deserves to be on top. She's definitely worked a lot to prove herself as the face of the women's division, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Bianca has in store for 2023 as champion going forward. And yeah, this match was a banger.
All right, so number 6, or number 7 actually, no, number 6 actually, goes to Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy at Forbidden Door. Fuck. But this match fucking delivered. We didn't expect this match to slap. You know, no one else expected this match to slap or anything like that, but it fucking did. It fucking did. This match delivered from start to finish, and I believe Cassidy kicked out a hidden blade or something like that. I think he kicked out of it.
Yeah.
And then, Orange Cassidy counted the Stormbreaker. Just, things you don't expect. And it was just incredible from this match. Like, you ready to check this match out? Go ahead, please. All right. Jason, number 6.
6. That's going to go for Roman Reigns and Logan Paul, Crown Jewel.
Oh,
Definitely will agree.
I don't like Logan Paul, but he actually performed well with Roman Reigns here. Jake Paul, though, coming out to It's Everyday Bro, that was cringe in a funny way.
Yeah.
But at least he got his ass kicked. That's the highlight. And then...
Bray!
I love you, Bray!
I'm trying not to get distracted here with this theme song.
Yeah, it's so good.
All right. So...
Josh, number 6.
Roman Reigns and Logan Paul, great match. I actually liked it.
Absolutely. Number 6 for my WWE list, I have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns from SummerSlam 2022. I did not expect, anything. I thought it was just going to be a straight-up match. But Brock coming out on the tractor was just insane. Farmer Brock, let me tell you, it was the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. But just the way Brock, when Brock drove the tractor and Roman Reigns was inside, I was like, that man could have died. But, Brock just destroyed everybody in that match. Like Lucas said, Paul Heyman almost died. He looked dead after he got F5'd. The Usos got destroyed, and just that match was full of anarchy. And, Brock lifting the ring with the tractor, I was literally on vacation watching it. Let me tell you, that match was just insane. And I thought that match was incredible. Of course, Roman wins with the help of his cousins and shit, but, it was such a great match. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, no, Josh, no! Oh, I guess it's number 5.
He died. How unfortunate.
It's Uncle Howdy did it. Uncle Howdy did it.
He kidnapped Josh.
Oh, no. Number 5, FTR versus the Briscoes in a dog car match. This fucking match slapped. Holy shit. Like, this match is...
What
you have
match?
fucking blood everywhere. You have blood everywhere.
What match you talking about, Lucas?
FTR Briscoes, a dog car match.
Oh, yeah. That match was great.
That match was awesome. So, that's all I'll say about that. So, I'm not going to spoil anything. You haven't seen it. But check that match out. It was a lot of blood, though. Fair warning.
A lot of blood, yeah.
Jason.
FTR and the Briscoes from Final Battle. This was so much fun to watch. I'll say this is like the vibes of Punk and MJF and their dog collar match.
Oh yeah.
But this match is just a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme.
So much fun. Extreme violent match. That is my go-to.
Mm-hmm. Go.
Number 5. Number 5. Definitely a pioneer match, as I call it. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell 2022. Let me tell you, man, Cody Rhodes is a fucking warrior. That man will literally go in the ring injured and still put up a fucking show. He'll still go in the ring injured, his chest looking all purple, and literally will still perform to the max. And he did that, There were many spots that, that looked very brutal when Seth saw his pec, all bruised, and that was a very specific spot to go to for pain. But Cody put on a freaking show. He showed that injury cannot stop anyone, and he showed why that he's tough as nails. And Cody and Seth work so well together, and I really like the way that match was progressed.
All right, so now I'm going to number 4, and that is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
what's up, LA Knight?
What's up, LA Knight? Let me talk to you.
Yeah! Yeah!
Right, anyways. Cody and Seth Hell in a Cell. The tour pack just says everything about there with that match. That match fucking slapped from start to finish, and I just can't, thank it enough. So yeah, because we expect this match, not being the best match of their series, but I was wrong. I was wrong from that short pack. Cody Rhodes has probably put one of the best performances he ever did. Like he's got to be a champion after that. He proved that he's a champion from this.
Exactly.
So, yeah. All right. Josh, number 4.
4. So I got Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns, Crown Jewel.
Oh, shit. I've got my stuff. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
It's okay, Josh. Go ahead. I'll be next.
Everyone was thinking, why is Logan Paul fighting the top guy of WWE? Why is he in a match against the top star, like the face of the brand? And like they're saying, why does he deserve this? Why does he, why is he getting this championship match? But, people like Logan Paul as a performer. They liked his in-ring work, from WrestleMania, and they wanted to see what he can do against Roman Reigns. And honestly, I thought going into this pay-per-view, thinking it was going to be an even squash match. Actually, I thought wrong. What a fucking battle these two had, man. Let me tell you, Logan Paul, for a guy being a boxer turned wrestler, being the YouTuber and all that other stuff, I'm not going to lie, Logan Paul showed how tough as nails he was in this match. Sure, he might have torn his knee during that match, and you really didn't see the spot where, but he went viral during that, table spot on the rope, recording him. This man literally recorded himself jumping off the top rope, doing a frog splash on the table to Roman Reigns. And then, Roman said, and then Jake Paul coming out, I didn't expect Jake Paul to, come out and beat up, the Usos. But, in all honesty, Kim coming out, it's every day, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's not 2015 anymore. So, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? But, it was a great match.
It's Logan not every day, bro.
Really proved he was tough as nails, despite him tearing his MCL. I think he tore like 2 parts in his knee, but
yeah.
But yeah, he really put on a fucking show, and I give him a lot of props as an athlete.
Gosh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Wait, we're a Rumble.
Hang on. Okay, so the next one, I have Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kevin Owens from WrestleMania Saturday. No holds bar match.
Yes.
And okay, yeah, Stone Cold still has it. Yeah, that's it. Stone Cold still has it. Awesome match. I liked it. It's great to see him back in the ring.
Hell.
Lucas, as soon as you're ready.
Let me just tell you right now, if you haven't seen SmackDown, go ahead. Oh hell no! Is Uncle Howdy here?
Huh?
Is Uncle Howdy here?
Huh?
Is that Uncle Howdy?
Promotion. Subscribe to Moshcast.
Yes.
Right.
Check out our video.
Number 3 goes to Bianca and Becky at WrestleMania this year. best women's match of the year. That no one else is saying. I just checked this match out recently, and it was a banger. Jason.
I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam because of the tractor,
Yep.
and just because it was their best match that they had, and it was definitely one of their enjoyable matches. Their other matches are boring as fuck, but this
Yep.
match was great just because Triple H knows how to book that right,
Yep.
and it was a big fuck you to Vince.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, that was the way of showing Vince that I know how to book. What the
Josh,
Oh,
as soon as you're ready.
Josh, go ahead with number
the
3.
fuck just happened? But okay. I'm not gonna say anything. But number 3, I have Cody versus Seth, WrestleMania 38. Let me tell you, that match, seeing Cody come back was just awesome to just hear that. And, I personally, I thought, we would never see Cody back in WWE, but all the rumors hearing around, we're like, oh, they're teasing Cody to come back. Him with AEW, Cody's not a guy that you leave on bad terms with. Cody just left, because he knew he was getting, he couldn't find a deal with Tony Khan. He respects Tony Khan for what he's done and for the business, but Cody and AEW didn't leave on bad terms. His friends still work there, and he supports the company to the fullest.
He's
I
such
believe.
a class act.
Like, he's a class act. The dude's humble. Dude's great in and out the ring, and he's just, he's just a class act performer and a great person in general. But him and Seth, like I said, work so well together, and I really like the chemistry how him and Seth did in that match. I'm sure, it was very short. It was a very short match, but it lived up to the max. Fans got really excited for Cody's return, and it really just lived to the fullest.
Okay.
Yeah, you thinking what I'm thinking?
What the fuck just happened? Okay. Anyway, I'm going.
That was great.
What
That was great because it's scary.
Hell no. I'm not liking this. Anyways,
I'm way different than you two, but y'all know why.
number 2 goes to the Usos and Street Profits at Money in the Bank. Best tag team match.
Great match.
Best tag team match of the year. Anyways, it was just a great match. It's just a great fucking match that happened, and I'm so happy that happened. And I really thought, the Street Profits was gonna get a heel turn, but this match fucking delivered from start to finish. Just yes. So start to finish. This one was a great match. So yeah. Number 2, Jason.
Cody versus Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
The fact that he performed with an injury, he's a freaking savage. And he's a class act.
There you go.
And he freaking survived over 20 minutes of hell in that match.
Yeah, man.
Respect to Seth Rollins for making sure he was safe.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't become worse. And you know what? Respect to those to being out of character to make sure each other is safe. Just so they can continue their great match. And then maybe put the rivalry to rest. Because you know what Cody said? Seth Rollins is not his focus. The WWE Championship is his focus. After his return next month. So you know what? Cody versus Seth deserves number 2 at least.
All right, Josh. What's your number 2?
Number 2 for me, we got Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins at Clash at the Castle. Let me tell you, this was one of the best matches I ever seen between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. Out of the 2 matches I think they've had with each other, they had 2 matches, if I'm not mistaken. Riddle and Rollins, I think they had 2. I could be wrong, but this pay-per-view, I will say in general, was one of the best overseas pay-per-views I have seen in years. Like, WWE has never done a pay-per-view in the UK in a long ass time, and just that crowd in Wales, they expected a lot, of what they were expecting after they bought their tickets. Like, Clash at the Castle was one of those pay-per-views that just lived up to the expectations, and there were a lot of great matches. My number one is from the same exact show, but I will get into that in just a few minutes. But back to the Matt Riddle Seth Rollins match. That match was really just a class act match. I love Seth's gear paying tribute to Elton John, like paying tribute to one of his crazy outfits. He definitely looked like a Rocket Man in that outfit. And, for you action figure people, if you ever get a chance, Bill McKenna, if you ever get a chance to make that elite figure in that attire, please do. Because that'd be awesome. But back to the match. Matt Riddle, he's literally not just a funny ass character. He's a class act too, great MMA striker, great performer in the ring. And the match was just insane. It was 5 stars, and Matt and Seth just worked so well together.
I'm so stunned at what just happened.
Me too.
I'm not even phased by it.
Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way before I give number one. What the fuck did Uncle Howdy? What did this mean? They're not allies, or what the fuck does that mean?
Am I phased by it? No.
Well, at least they get Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight at Royal Rumble. At least that's me.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let me get my number one. Gunther versus Sheamus. Come on. This match was just 2 big men just slapping meat over and over again. And it was just so much fun to see. I really thought Sheamus was going to do it, but man, they did it so well. Like Sheamus got the high cross. It's just incredible match. Definitely Sheamus' best match to date. Gunther's best match to date. Just incredible.
Definitely.
I think our number one's gonna be kind of obvious, but Jason, if you have a number one.
I saw this live at Grand Slam. The Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory. World Tag Titles.
I love that response so much.
This match was better than their All Out match and Full Gear match. Just because the Acclaimed got what they deserved, and I saw it live. And Max Caster and Anthony Bones' rap was great. I had a good time screaming out "Scissor me, daddy ass" at Arthur Ashe.
Oh yeah,
I screamed it, and I lost my voice after they finally won. I was relieved.
Yeah, man.
They got the dessert. It was a long time coming. And they had a lot of great spots here. Daddy ass getting involved was definitely so funny.
Daddy ass.
History was made, as a matter of fact, in addition to that. So you know what? That was such an amazing match. That deserved number one at least.
All right. Number one's pretty obvious for me this year. Probably my favorite match of 2022, Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle. Let me tell you right now, I have never seen Sheamus put on a 5-star classic with a guy like Gunther. Let me tell you, these two absolutely fucking killed each other. They literally were doing, things that I never seen in a wrestling match. Gunther has had an amazing year. He's one of my favorite wrestlers right now on SmackDown. And, he's in the best shape of his life right now. If you look at him from being Walter in NXT UK and look at him now, you realize he's in the best shape of his life, and this dude is killing it. These two absolutely destroyed each other. And, as much as I love the Celtic Warrior, he's always been a childhood favorite of mine. I love Sheamus. But, this match was just insane. I really enjoyed it. I was glued to the TV, and I was on the edge of my seat. It just got me so pumped.
All right, Josh, AEW.
All right, my AEW list. All right, so
take over.
All right, so number 10 for me, I have Claudio Castagnoli versus Konosuke Takeshita from AEW Battle of the Belts 2. Reason that's on my list because I've been seeing a lot of Konosuke's matches on AEW Dark and him on Rampage, and I've been impressed by Konosuke's athleticism, his charisma. He's such a great wrestler, his skills, and you put him up against a guy like Claudio Castagnoli, which was just incredible. These two absolutely tore the house down. You know, Battle of the Belts being a show with only 3 matches, this was one of the matches I really enjoyed from the second part of the show. And, you know, Konosuke got signed, you know, this year, which he absolutely deserved because, you know, I want to see a lot of things from Konosuke Takeshita. I think he's a great addition to the AEW roster, and I think he would work well with a lot of the younger talent. You know, I like to see him go up against, you know, maybe Moxley again, probably him go up against, you know, Wheeler Yuta or some guys like that, you know. But yeah, at number 9, I have Hangman Page versus Bryan Danielson at the January 5th edition of Dynamite, the very first TBS Dynamite. Let me tell you, Bryan Danielson has been one of the best wrestlers this year. Dude has put on stellar performances like usual. One of the greatest wrestlers of our generation. I will say right now, Bryan Danielson's one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation, no matter what. And I think everybody could agree. But he worked so well with Hangman Page. And Jason, you were actually live for this. So it was a great 60-minute match.
I was.
Great 60-minute match.
I'm honored.
It kind of reminded me of like the match Bryan had with Omega at the very first Grand Slam. And, you know, it kind of gave me that same vibe, but at least there was a winner. And it was, you know, Hangman worked so well with Bryan, and I just felt like they absolutely killed each other. But coming in at number 8, this one is a no-brainer for me. This match itself, despite being on a pre-show match, it was one of the best pre-show matches I've seen. Eddie Kingston versus Jun Akiyama from Full Gear. You know, I love Eddie Kingston to death. I love that man. I give that man so much respect for this business. The amount of respect for the talent and the amount of respect for this business he has is just heartwarming. And the way he showed respect at the end to Akiyama, a veteran in this business of Japanese wrestling, was just the most emotional, not just emotional, but just the most greatest thing I've ever seen 2 fabulous wrestlers do at an end of a match. You bow to your opponent. And that's what I liked about Eddie Kingston. He shows respect to his opponents after every match. Number 7. This is a match that I also agree with Lucas on as well. Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta from the April 8th episode of Rampage. This match showed how Wheeler Yuta became a star. And why not only William Regal believed in him, not only Bryan Danielson believed in him, not Moxley and Claudio believing in him. The whole Blackpool Combat Club believed Wheeler Yuta would become a star one day. And look at him now. He's a part of the BCC, and he's the pure champion once again. And Wheeler Yuta has put on stellar performances. He went from being one of the best friends to being an absolute badass performer. And a lot of people have showed respect to Wheeler Yuta ever since he switched from best friends to BCC. But Wheeler Yuta showed Moxley, like you saw all of that blood on his face. That showed he showed his guts for this sport. He showed his toughness for this sport. And he showed why he deserved the spot in the BCC. And that's what led him to BCC and to success. At number 6, I am going to put this on this list because I enjoyed the match as much as I did seeing these guys win it all. Grand Slam the Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory at All Out. I love the fact the Acclaim got in the ring, Scissor Me Daddy chants started, and the crowd the entire time was behind the Acclaimed. But you know, Tony Khan wanted the Acclaim to have a special moment in New York City. And you know what? Every expectation paid off. I thought this match could have been better if the Acclaim won, but both teams put on a great performance. Max's rap, though, that Lizzo diss, oof. 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 Bad, bad, bad. But I love the match. It's great. And, you know, the Acclaimed finally achieved destiny after that loss. Coming in at number 5, you can love me, you can hate me for saying this dude's name, but this match totally stole the show. CM Punk versus MJF at AEW Revolution in a dog collar match. Now, CM Punk coming out to his Ring of Honor theme song and his Ring of Honor gear was brought back a lot of memories to a young CM Punk that we used to remember. Just as much as I was saying about the Swerve in Our Glory and Acclaim match at All Out, you know, they were behind the Acclaimed, but the Acclaim got their special moment. They won the tag titles with a special moment. So after this loss, you knew after that they were gonna have one more match. But back to the dog collar match. This match was just filled with brutal violence. It was just like every dog collar match you expect. MJF, of course, makes every rivalry work. He's kind of like Chris Jericho in a way. Makes any story work. Makes any storyline work. And this match was just filled with violence. CM Punk was such a badass in this match too. Like, he showed how he's still a badass at his age, and he can still do what he does best. You know, I was afraid that some spots were gonna go wrong, but they protected themselves. But MJF landing on the thumbtacks was one thing. The look on his face was so priceless. He thought he literally just hit a million rocks. But that match was just insane. Number 4, this match was just recently, this past November, at Full Gear. The return of the Elite versus the Death Triangle at Full Gear. Living up to the Elite's return was one thing. Those promos really played out well. But, despite the one problem I had, which was the finish, the match lived up to great expectations. The back and forth capacity, charisma, the moves, the action, you name it, it was all involved. And props to the Elite, for giving the fans what they want. And, the Best of 7 series right now, as of the recording of this episode, has really been amazing. and the Elite, I hope they do win the titles, but that triangle, they've been really, holding the torch down while the Elite have been gone. But I felt like the finish could have been better, but still it was a great match with all the action. Number 3, I have Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson from Revolution. Now, let me tell you, this match I was really looking forward to. I really, really thought this match was just going to be 2 guys beating the ever-loving shit out of each other. And that's exactly what it was. Literally, there was blood everywhere until, we see good old William Regal. The man, the myth, the legend himself. William Regal comes out because he is good friends with both Mox and Danielson. And that's how the BCC was born. Regal became the mentor and said, you guys cannot fight. You guys should get along. And that's what, at the end, they shook hands. And that's what really showed why Mox and Danielson are the most 2 badass wrestlers of our generation. Coming in at number 2, how can you not love this instant classic? From Forbidden Door, Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay. Let me tell you, Orange Cassidy, ever since becoming, All-Atlantic champion this year, man's had an incredible run. I've got the most absolute privilege to see him before his career exploded to big things, and I'm very proud of Orange of all the success he's been doing now. And to face a guy like Will Ospreay, that man is the Billy Goat of professional wrestling. The guy who kind of took Kenny Omega's torch in New Japan when he left for AEW. Orange Cassidy proved to me in this match that he's not just a joke of a character. He showed why he's a badass wrestler as well. And this is the match that made him a star. And a lot of other... Well, I could say the triple threat from 2020 at All Out made him a star because he got a world title match. But this match lived up to the expectations of him getting a lot more fans and popularity. And he really killed it. And, despite him not winning this match, he showed Will Ospreay that he's not really a joke to the sport. And he showed why he's great at what he does. And that's why this match was my number 2. But number 1, I will say it right now, it was probably the best match of this year. It's from Full Gear, Jon Moxley versus MJF for the title. Let me tell you, William Regal, with the smart mind he's got, he didn't want to do what he had to do to Moxley. He knew why MJF was wanting to be champion. MJF deserved that title way before. When Moxley was champion once before, and Moxley, everyone was getting sick of Moxley being champion, and everyone wanted MJF to win the title, and that finally happened this year. Regal didn't Regal threw the brass knuckles to MJF because he didn't want to, hurt Moxley. He didn't want to disrespect him. He showed why MJF is the greatest wrestler of our generation, and he shows that this is the next generation of performers that we have to look up to. And MJF, I love the guy. Dude's very talented. He's great on the mic. He's one of the greatest heels I ever seen of our generation. And this match lived up to every expectation. You had that feeling on your edge of your seat, like, oh, Moxley was going to win the title. We all knew it, and it finally happened over 2 years, I think. More than a year, MJF finally won. So that's my top match for AEW this year. But I have my breakout stars, if you don't mind me listing them.
All right. I got distracted. So do you want to go in the moments, or you want to wrap this up?
I'm gonna go for breakout stars because I have.
How many do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I like 10.
All right, go ahead, just get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For WWE, I have Roman Reigns. Roman had an incredible year. Let me tell you, the head of this heel gimmick of his, I always saw him as a heel and a face. He was that annoying ass baby face, but as a heel, I love Roman so much. The dude is such a great talker on the mic. He's gotten better, and stuff like that. And I just love everything he did this whole year with the Bloodline and him and the Usos holding the tag titles and the Undisputed title. That's your top guy. I agree. He deserves every second of being the top guy in this industry. For the women, it's no brainer. Bianca Belair. She showed why, she's the future of the women's division. I thought when she first came up to the main roster, they were going to not use her the way they should have. But in my opinion, I thought wrong. They made Bianca a star first by winning the SmackDown Women's title at Mania 37. And everyone being so happy for everyone gets behind Bianca. She's great baby face, gets behind the fans, and just a great overall performer and such a great human being on the outside of things too. I added this one at the last second as well because I kind of agree with Lucas as well on these two guys. I have Gunther and Sami Zayn. Now, with my point of view of Sami Zayn, this man grew on me again. I thought Sami Zayn was the most annoying prick this year, complaining about the conspiracy theory, but once he joined the Bloodline, that all changed. Sami Zayn, in my opinion, let me tell you, Sami Zayn, as a honorary Uso, made things better. And Lucas's screen is black. I don't know. I can't see him for some reason.
No. Oh man.
But
not right now.
Yeah, well, damn it. But Gunther has had a hell of a year, becoming IC champion, and he's the right guy for the belt. I feel like he's the right guy to hold the title for right now. For AEW, I mean, I have some NXT breakout stars as well. So first up, Roxanne Perez, no brainer, no question. Just winning the NXT Women's title, which was the thing I have wanted for so fucking long. I wanted Roxanne to be champion because she's worked her way up. She's worked her ass up to be the face of this women's division, and I'm really proud of her for what she's accomplished in NXT. NXT breakout star besides Roxanne Perez is none other than Wes Lee. Let me tell you, I have been a big fan of Wes Lee since his Impact days, and being with Nash Carter and Trey Miguel as the Rascals, then going into WWE as MSK, and then all the shit happened. I'm not going to go into further detail, but shout out to Shawn Michaels for making Wes Lee one of the best single stars of the year. Giving him the North American champion was the best fucking thing. I was really happy, watching that ladder match this year. I was thinking, is it going to be Hayes? Maybe Grayson Waller might win it. But I forgot it. And then I was saying, oh, Wes Lee. He's still lying down on the fucking floor. But the man gets right back up, pushes Carmelo Hayes off the ladder and gets the title. I love the fact that Wes Lee became champion this year. I wanted that man to at least do something this year. And then my last two, no brainer, the possibly greatest heel in NXT right now, Grayson Waller. This guy's got so much charisma. He's a great performer, and I hope he wins the NXT title in the future. And finally, he don't miss. He don't miss a damn thing in the ring, and that is Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes has been one of the most phenomenal performers this year. From being North American champion, from being the first NXT 2.0 superstar to become Cruiserweight champion and North American champion, both in the same night, being unified. And I love anything Hayes does. Anything Hayes touches, he don't miss. Just going to say that right now. But now for AEW, I'm going to get these out of the way. First up, he's better than you. You know it. He's the world champion. And he calls everyone mid. We got MJF. Now, he's had an incredible year. He became world champion, and just anything he touches turns to gold. I'm going to say it right now. And anything he doesn't touch is mid. Or anything anyone else touches is mid. Second one, I'm surprised no one had this guy on their list, but I'm going to say it right now. This may shock you guys. I'm going to go with Absolute Ricky Starks.
Yo, shit, Ricky! I forgot about Ricky. No.
It's all right. He's still there on your list, but Ricky
He
Starks.
will.
But Ricky Starks, ever since Team Taz's breakup, Ricky Starks has showed why he is one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation. I love everything he does, from his in-ring skills to his promo work, his charisma. Anything he touches is just incredible. Like that promo hit with him and MJF this past year was just incredible.
Gracious.
When MJF called him a dollar store Dwayne, I just thought that was the most funniest shit on earth. And then MJF getting roasted by Ricky Starks was so funny. And next one for AEW, of course, one of my favorites in the women's division, the current, and no, not interim, the AEW Women's World Champion herself, Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, after she won the title at Full Gear, I could have not been any more happy for her. Honestly, Jamie Hayter worked her ass off to get to that title. I thought she was going to go TBS title route, but, you know, the women's world title fits her perfectly. And whatever her reign going forward, I'm looking forward to what challenger step up to the plate. Last for AEW, I'm going to go Wheeler Yuta. I mean, there's no brainer. Wheeler Yuta had an incredible year. Dude puts on 5-star matches, puts on great performances, and he's just a class athlete. He's an all-class act. Now, for Impact Wrestling, I have not kept up to date watching the product, but I have watched clips and highlights on YouTube. And number one, I'm going to go with the Impact World Champion himself, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. Now, you want a good face for your company, this is the guy for the job. Josh Alexander has deserved this world title since the very beginning of his singles run. He got screwed the first time by Moose. And I love Josh since his tag team days with Ethan Page in the North. And Josh Alexander has just improved himself even more, being the world champion. And I'm loving that he's deserving of this title reign. And wherever it goes, I hope he still holds that title, Hope he drops it to somebody good. Not Bully Ray. No, I don't want to rehash 2012 all over again. Yes, exactly. Anyway, second for Impact Wrestling is he's a hometown guy. You may remember him in WWE as the guy with the biggest losing streak, but that's not anything anymore. I'm going with the Prince of Queens, Brian Myers. Brian Myers, a.k.a. Kurt Hawkins, better you know him as in WWE. Brian Myers has had an incredible year. He just signed an extension with Impact Wrestling, and he's found the perfect company to wrestle in. Like WWE, he got released. WWE, first time around, he got released. Second time around, got released in 2020. Then went over to Impact, won the digital media title earlier this year. And I hope, they push him for the world title. I think he's the right guy to kind of knock off Josh Alexander. And, I'm glad, he's doing well for himself now. Along with his best friend is on my list as well. He's always ready. He's the so-called deathmatch king. Always ready, Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona has had an incredible year, not just in Impact Wrestling, but in GCW, becoming the GCW champion, getting shit thrown at him by fans, and just beating Nick Gage was a big accomplishment for him that turned his whole career around. I'm just gonna get my tag team teams and factions out of the way. Just gonna ride them off the bat. For
Rerun.
WWE is the Usos, and the Usos had an incredible year, of course, with becoming the longest reigning tag champs and winning both tag team titles this year. For AEW, it's no brainer, but I have two on the list. We got FTR and the Acclaimed.
Yes.
FTR had a phenomenal fucking year. Banger matches and just emotional promos. I'll just say that, especially from Dax. The Acclaimed, on the other hand, what a year these guys had. From being, I'm just gonna tell the story as it is. From being two guys from New York and New Jersey, training at both Creative Pro schools in the area, from being on AEW Dark to signing a contract to becoming AEW Tag Team Champions. What a year these guys had from start to finish. I love the Acclaimed, and you know they're they're my favorite tag team probably at this very moment. Faction of the year for WWE, of course, goes to the Judgment Day. No question needed. Anything the Judgment Day touches turns to fucking darkness and gold. Like, you added Dominic this year, and I think, in my opinion, Dominic is in the best prime of his career. You know, he's kind of stepping away from his dad's shadow to be who Dominic Mysterio really is. For WWE, again, I'm going to say the Bloodline. It's no question needed. Bloodline, you know, successful year, bunch of titles, and performing one of the biggest factions in history of WWE, being one of the most successful factions. And for AEW, I really didn't have two factions to name, but one really stood out, and that's the BCC, Blackpool Combat Club. You know, just the mentoring by William Regal till his release. And, you know, having Moxley now being the mentor and the leader is just awesome. And you have guys like Wheeler Yuta and Danielson who are just incredible. And the faction's just involved with a bunch of incredible talent. So, yeah, those are my breakout stars and factions of the year.
All right, so since we're associating memories, but I'm actually not gonna do that just because we're about to run out of time, and you know we want to watch the main event, John Cena. So
yeah, this episode's already long enough.
Yeah.
So, well, the problems are meant to be broken, right? So we're gonna get our outros out of the way. So thank you guys for watching this episode of our Crash and Burn and do our year review. I know it's a long episode. I get it. You know, we kind of, you know, did our own list or whatever, but you know,
we're all too social.
That's right.
Yeah. So
social
again,
interaction.
you know, I'm gonna put some timestamps in there, you know, to talk about whichever. So you know, so y'all can know what we can talk about. So follow my Instagram at Lucas 100336. Follow my TikTok Lucas_Rainmaker. The next episode we're gonna do is the Royal Rumble coming up.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of a break again too. So, but I'll talk more about it.
We'll talk more about that. But the Royal Rumble is coming up around January, so we will be there around hopefully the 25th. I think it's 25th or around the 25th. The Royal Rumble is 25th.
27th.
So it will be probably around the 26th, 25th, around then. So yeah, definitely check this out, you know, down below. And just do your thing. Jason.
Thank you for watching our return episode of Crash and Burn. We did our year in review, and then yes, there is changes to this podcast as well. This podcast's main focus is going to be strictly interviews and upcoming pay-per-view predictions and reviews. It is going to be optional for those who want to do birthday requests or tribute episodes. They'll still be a thing, but anniversaries and year-end reviews are going to be traditional episodes, so those will stay. But our main focus is interviews and predictions and recaps. And then the optional episodes is if anyone wants to, and it depends on the mood. So yeah, the next episode, of course, we're kind of going on another break until until Royal Rumble season begins. So you'll see us again for the predictions. We'll see you then. Bye.
All right, Josh, you end it off.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Crash and Burn, our year in review. I know we said a lot because, there was a lot of great moments this year for wrestling in general, but, long episode, but, it's okay. It's all good, No need to worry. Anyway, yeah. We will see you guys for the Royal Rumble predictions this year. My favorite time of year. Love the Royal Rumble. That's probably like my favorite period because you never know who's gonna be here, who you're gonna expect. But it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna be looking forward to the Royal Rumble this year as well. Anyway, comment down below some of your favorite moments of this year. WWE, AEW, you name it. You can say whatever you want. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys for the Royal Rumble predictions. Bye for now.
And AJ's the star of the show. Yeah, he's the memory.
Yeah, AJ's the memories. Like memories.
Okay, yeah. There's y'all's answers. Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
AJ.
All right, so that's me, Lucas. That's Josh. That's Jason. We will see you for the Royal Rumble.
Crash and Burn!